Welcome to the Curious Adventurer Show.
I am Miss Allison, and I must have my notebook when I'm exploring.
I am Miss Amber, and when I go on an adventure, I like to bring my backpack.
I am Miss Katrina, and when I am on an adventure, I always have my map.
I'm Miss Keon, and when I explore, I always bring my magnifying glass.
And I am Miss Hillary. I don't go anywhere without my compass. As curious adventurers, together we will visit ancient East Asian civilizations, learn tricky word patterns, and follow the adventures of the Cat Bandit. We hope you come get curious with us.
Hello everyone, my name is Miss Hillary. Today we are going to practice our reading fluency, which is where we practice reading with accuracy and understanding. Are you ready? Let's dive in. First, let's take a look at our learning goals and standards for today. By the end of today's lesson, you will be able to read on-level text with purpose and understanding, read on-level text orally with accuracy, appropriate rate, and expression on successive readings, ask and answer questions to demonstrate understanding of key details in a text, and finally, describe how characters in a story respond to major events and challenges. Today, we are going to read another story from the Cat Bandit Adventures. This story is titled The Ham. I wonder, based on the title, what he will get himself into today. Do you remember what the Cat Bandit has already gotten into on previous adventures? Can you tell me? Let's look at our anchor chart over here. Scholars, you tell me, what has the Cat Bandit already gotten into? That's right, he has already eaten a hot dog, a chicken nugget, and last time he got some snack mix. I think I can make a prediction about what he might seize next on today's adventure. But first, what do you think he's going to grab? Why do you think that? My prediction is going to be that he gets some ham to eat also. I am making this prediction because the title of the story is called The Ham, and in the other stories we have read in this series, the Cat Bandit has eaten what is in the title. How he will get the ham, though, I am not so sure. Last time when he got the snack mix, he used some tongs and rocks. Maybe he will use them again today. We will have to read to find out. Before we read, let's review some vocabulary words to better help us understand the story. The first vocabulary word is with. Say the word with me. With. Great job. How many syllables are in the word with? That's right, just one syllable. A whiff is when you smell something briefly or faintly. I got a whiff of the woman's perfume as she strolled by. I caught a whiff of the smell of cookies baking in the oven when I was in the kitchen. What is something you might get a whiff of in your kitchen at home? Use the word whiff in your sentence when you tell it. Wow, great job. For our picture, I have a girl plugging her nose because the whiff of the smell of the rotten fish did not smell so good. When you hear the word whiff, I want you to point to your nose and take a short inhale, like this. Say the word whiff right before you do it. Try it with me. Awesome job. We have two more words we're going to review. The next word is tug. Say the word tug with me. Tug. Great. How many syllables are in the word tug? Yep, just one. How many sounds are in tug? T, That's right, 3. When you tug something, you are pulling on it, and sometimes you're tugging hard or suddenly. So you might tug when you're playing tug of war, you're tugging on a rope. The boy might tug his boot to get it off. When you hear the word tug, pretend like you are tugging on a rope like this and say tug as you do it. Try it with me. Tug. Great job. Our picture is going to be of a little man tugging on a suitcase. We have one last word. It is yank. Say yank with me. Yank. Believe it or not, yank is actually a synonym of tug, or a word that means the same or is similar. When you yank on something, you are also pulling on something with force, except it's usually one singular pull or jerk, okay? So it's a little bit more intense than just a tug. I know when I was little, when I needed to get a Band-Aid off, but it was still sticky and I knew it was gonna hurt, my mom would just yank it off. So pretend you have a Band-Aid that you have to rip off and you're just gonna yank, and you're gonna say yank as you do it. Let's try it. Yank. Great job. And for our picture, we're gonna have a little boy yanking off his Band-Aid right here. Let's do a brief activity where we decide which word to use, either tug or yank, in the following sentences. I will read the sentence and you will choose if the blank should be tug or yank. So here is our first picture. The brother blank on her sister's hair. Tug or yank? If you said yank, you are correct. He yanked on his sister's hair. Great job. Let's do another one. I blank on the dog's leash down the street. Do you think you're tugging or yanking the dog's leash down the street? Great job. I tugged on the dog's leash down the street. Hopefully you're not yanking him all the way down. One yank would be okay, but a tug is going to be better. Next one. The girl blank her loose tooth out of her mouth. Tug or yank? Great job. The girl yanked her loose tooth out of her mouth. I know my brother will yank out his children's teeth when they're loose. One more. The couple blanked their suitcases down the street. Tug or yank? If you say tug, you are correct. They just tugged their suitcases down the street. Wonderful job. Now that we have discussed some vocabulary, we are now going to read the ham 2 times today. During the first read, we will read it together. On the second read, however, you will read aloud on your own. As we read this time around, I want you to think about our predictions of, is the cat bandit going to seize up the ham? And if we're right about how he's going to do it. We're also going to see some additional onomatopoeia words, which is our sound words and words that mimic what is, they mimic the sound. That's right. So, and lastly, because we're working on our fluency, we want to make sure we look at our punctuation marks so we read the sentence with the right expression. So remember, I will read along with you this first time around. The ham. Mom left a pink ham sitting in a big black pan. The cat bandit was resting on a quilt when he got a whiff of the ham. What was that smell? It was ham. Where was the ham? The cat bandit set off, sniffing as he went. He went on sniffing until he spotted the ham. But the ham was up on top. How was he to get it down? That was the problem. Okay, scholars, where is the ham? That's right, it's on the stove. How do you think the cat bandit will get to the ham? What's your prediction? That's a great prediction. Let's look, oops, I'm going to go back for a second. Let's look at some words that have patterns that Miss Allison and Miss Katrina talked to you about. I see some words that begin with the wh sound. Do you? Yep. With, what, and where. I also see the qu pattern in the word quilt. Let's keep reading to find out how this cat bandit gets the ham. The cat bandit ran to the closet and got a belt. Then he ran to the shed and got a strong magnet. He stuck the magnet on the end of the belt. The magnet stuck to the belt. Then the cat bandit swung the belt. Clang! The magnet on the end of the belt hit the pan. It stuck to the pan. Was your prediction correct? Mine was not. I did not know he was going to use a magnet in a belt to get the ham. How creative. I do see an onomatopoeia word on this page. Do you? What is it? That's right. Clang. Clang is referring to the sound made when the magnet hit the pan. I am going to add clang to our onomatopoeia chart. Okay, let's keep reading. In a flash, the cat bandit was tugging on the belt. Tug, tug, tug. Yank, yank, yank. At last, the pan slid off. It fell down and landed with a clang. Then, munch, munch, munch. That was the end of the ham. So, scholars, how did the cat bandit get to the ham? That's right, he tugged and yanked our vocabulary words using his belt and magnet. When an author uses the phrase in a flash, it is a non-literal phrase and means that it is happening right away or quickly. This shows that the cat bandit was determined to get the ham off of the stove. I also see one more onomatopoeia word. Do you? Great job. Munch, munch, munch. Munch is referring to the sound of the cat bandit eating the ham. I will also add this to our onomatopoeia anchor chart. All right, boys and girls. Was our prediction correct? Did the cat bandit eat the ham? If you said ham, give yourself a whoosh clap like this. Whoosh. Excellent job. Now it is your turn to read the story. I will show you the pages and give you time on each slide to practice reading. I will highlight the words to help you stay on track. As you read, I want you to be thinking about the cat bandit's actions throughout the story. If you finish reading before the time is up, go ahead and start rereading the page again. The more we practice, the better readers we become. Here we go. So follow along. I see a question mark. Make sure you read it with expression. And an exclamation point. Great reading. Here's another question. Wonderful. Let's go to the next page. Strong reading. Keep it up. I want to hear some expression here. Wow. Nice reading. Let's keep going and finish strong. Use some emotion here. And even more emotion. Last sentence, finish strong. Give yourself a pat on the back. That was some wonderful reading. Well, my expert readers, now that we've read the ham 2 times, let's talk about some of the events in the story and specifically how the cat bandit responds to these events or challenges. So we're going to look at this anchor chart right here. So the big event in the beginning of the story is that the ham was cooking on the stove. So how did the cat bandit respond when he saw that the ham was cooking on the stove? What did he do? That's right. He smelled the ham first and he decided that he wanted to have it as a snack. So when he saw it, he knew, okay, I want that as a snack. The next thing that happens is the magnet goes on the belt. He puts the magnet on the belt and it latches to the pan, right? So how and what does the cat bandit do once the magnet has latched onto the pan? Great job. The cat bandit, he tugs and yanks on the belt. We will add that to our anchor chart. So finally, at the end of the story, the pan slides off of the stove. So what does the cat bandit do once that happens? You guessed it, the cat bandit eats the ham. Wonderful job. This is a very clever cat. I don't think I could pull any of these things off. All right, so before we close out for the day, let's reflect on the cat bandit and his actions a little bit more. I'm going to ask you a few questions about the story, and I want you to answer it in a complete sentence. But I'm going to ask a friend here from the Curious Adventurers to help us out. Professor Keon, will you come and join me? Hello.
Hello, Miss Hillary.
How are you doing?
I'm well.
Great. Can you help us answer some questions?
Sure.
Awesome. Okay, so our first question is, based on the last few stories that we have read, what words could you use to describe the cat bandit?
The cat bandit is clever because he comes up with ways to get food. He's also mischievous because he does it without his owners knowing. He's also hungry.
Ooh, those are some great words you use. Clever, mischievous, and hungry. Thank you, Miss Keon. Okay, our next question, boys and girls. Why do you think the cat bandit prefers human food over cat food? Miss Keon, what do you think?
The cat bandit maybe prefers human food over cat food because he thinks it tastes better. It may be more fresh or saltier.
Ooh, yeah. You know, I'm no cat, but I see some of those dry kibbles, and I don't know if that's going to taste better than some ham on the stove, right? I don't know. Our next question. What ideas do you have, boys and girls, about how the family could keep the cat bandit from getting their food in the future? Ooh, Miss Keon, what do you think?
The family could keep their food out of sight of the cat bandit. The family could also not leave food unattended. Every time the cat bandit has gotten something, no one was around.
I hope they learned their lesson. You'd think, right?
All right.
One more question. If you had a pet like this at home, what would you do? Miss Keon, what would you do if you had a pet like this?
Well, if I had a pet like this at home, I would keep my food hidden from the cat, and I would make sure to keep an extra eye on him.
Definitely, me too. I have 2 dogs at home, but they are not nearly this mischievous. Wonderful job. Thank you, Professor Keon, for joining us and helping us out with those questions.
You're welcome. Bye.
Before we close out, we need to add to our bubble map. Boys and girls, you tell me, what do we need to add right here? That's right, we need to add ham to our bubble chart. This is one hungry, determined cat bandit. He eats the same foods as me, although I'm not as creative in how I get them. I just go and get them from the fridge. I do not have to sneak around since I am a human after all. All right, everybody, that's it for today's lesson. We reviewed some vocabulary words, we practiced our reading fluency, and discussed the ways that the cat bandit responded to events in the text. We even added to our sound word anchor chart. Thank you for joining me today. All rights and credits to this lesson belong to the Core Knowledge Language Arts. We would like to thank them for publicly sharing these materials. We will see you next time on The Curious Adventurers. Bye!